News that we are breaking to you at this point. The Supreme Court, will pronounce its judgment tomorrow in the review petitions challenging the Sabarimala judgment of 28 September 2018. This is related to the entry of women into the Sabarimala temple. Meenakshi Bhanja joining us live. Yes, Meenakshi, over to you for more information on this, please.
Well, absolutely, Afrida. Very significant breaking news coming in from the top court. Remember, the Honorable Chief Justice of India, incumbent, is all set to retire, his last working day being the 15th. And he was the one who had replaced the former Chief Justice of India, Deepak Mishra, in this constitution bench composition, which had gone ahead and heard in open court these batch of review petitions which were seeking for a relook or a reconsideration of the earlier verdict of the Supreme Court, which by a margin of 4:1 had allowed the entry of women into the Sabarimala temple. Of course, subsequent to that, we had seen wide-scale protests break out in Kerala and a lot of political turmoil, basis which there was a review petition which was filed in the top court, which was asking for the Supreme Court to have a relook at its original verdict. Now, on that review petition, the Supreme Court is all set to pronounce its judgment tomorrow, which is challenging the original Supreme Court verdict in Sabarimala case, which was dated September 2018, which permitted the entry of women into the sanctum sanctorium. Now, what is interesting is just recently we've had Ayodhya verdict come by from the Supreme Court, where one of the notings that the bench made was as to how the belief of men or women and the devotees is not something which can be the subject matter of judicial scrutiny. Now, whether that observation made in the earlier judgment of the Ayodhya verdict is something which also will have an overriding effect into the implications of this outcome of the review in Sabarimala is something we will be tracking very, very closely and will bring to our viewers as it pans out. But the big news is another high-stake judgment pertaining to the entry of women into the Sabarimala temple. The review petition this time around is coming in for consideration. And not just that, the Supreme Court is all set to pronounce its verdict on the same.
Yes, and very importantly, like you pointed out, whether the same yardstick is applied in Sabarimala as it was in Ayodhya remains to be seen. Thanks for giving us the details. Stay with us, Meenakshi.